Chris Wood here, September 20th, 2022. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to say thank you to O.P.P for destroying my life so you could fuck children, for destroying my bloodline for your revenge, for destroying my brain, mutilating my body, having me medically blacklisted, having me deformed and proving it, having me medically discriminated against, having me falsely arrested, having me kidnapped, sex assaulting me for revenge retaliation because for speaking of O.P.P, Lennox and Huntington County Provincial Police crimes, human sex trade, slavery trafficking, homeless exploitation for monetary gain, financial thefts and frauds, disability thefts and frauds, pension thefts and frauds on elderly. I hope that was seen, that spot on the back of my head. That is where I get electricity from. That is where I am getting broadcasted from what is called remote neural monitoring. That is how I am being mentally injured. That is how I am being mutilated, and that is how I am being deformed going through my identity theft. This is also about framing me as William Wooldridge, who is a wanted sex offender, dangerous offender, inmate, who is boss and co-offender to O.P.P. The longer they buy time, I have his prisoner tracking on me, plus the remote neural monitoring, plus my identity theft. The longer they buy time, they will be able to take me and get me as Wooldridge, because obviously my identity theft is coming along, my mental fuck up is coming along, I'm being broadcasted through also, and being mentally injured. My pituitary, the back of my head, that spot on the back of my head, that's pretty much right in alignment with my pineal gland, my pituitary also. That I guaranteed has been destroyed. If I could get brainwave tests or MRIs or something, it could all be proven. So, right now, I'm being broadcasted through by one Tyler fucking Goof Lake, who is most likely down at 34 Water Street or over at Ray Ray's with Jabin Allstein. Human sex trade, slavery traffickers, drug traffickers with and for O.P.P and guilty of murders with and for O.P.P is Spencer Mills 14716, Staff Sergeants, Ex-Chief Shannon Cork, Robert Kane, Robert Lucas, Stacy Mental Health Worker, Shelley Hafner. The whole right side of my head is being filled up with something, so even into my sinus area right in here, my whole head is completely and totally fucking plugged up on my right side. and this could all be proven. Yesterday, I almost had or thought what I was having a heart attack or a fucking stroke. So, anyway, now that I'm looking at my video, if you look at my earlier pictures or videos, you will see that this side of my head is sticking out here. This side is completely pushed in. Now today, they're kind of more even. The whole right side of my face has been completely deformed. The back of my head is being completely flattened, while my head and my face is being pushed out from all of these bastards broadcasting through me, numbing me down to dumb me down. They are getting very well paid, $300 a day, freedom, and all the drugs that they want. All the heroin, the crystal meth, the crack, the cocaine, the opium. Good job, Spencer Mills and Robert Kane are drug cops, and they have access to all of this. Good job, remote neuromonitoring is tech that not too many people are aware of, so it benefits you when you try to make your victims look crazy, and you cast your lies against them, stating that they have long criminal histories and long psychological records and histories, and none of it is true, and nobody having to prove anything. The bastards that cast the lies against the victim, against me, stating that, and none of it is true in any way, shape, or form. Never been in any of those places. I never got a record until the hospital at O.P.P had me falsely charged to deflect this, in hopes of giving me a record, in hopes of getting rid of me. That's what that was about. So, I'm being numbed down to be dumbed down. I'm losing my memories. I am having serious problems fighting this. I have no brain stimulation anymore, especially on my right side. So it's completely fucked. My nerves have been screwed, have been destroyed in my head and my skull. I've gotten shocking so bad that my veins and blood vessels were burned out of my head and spider veined. And I have pictures to prove it and show it that it happened. And this is all from being done to me on the inside. Right now I'm getting popping in my ears. My head is being filled up with something. A lot of the times when I'm talking now, everything sounds robotic. I'm getting stuff coming up through my jugular, and it's going up through my mouth, through my tongue, on my right side, like there's a little tube, and it's moving all up and through here, around here, and then it's going to the spot in the back of my head, coming down to where my head is split right here, all around my third eye, and then it spreads out across my forehead. My third eye was open, it's closed now because I've had so much damage to my pineal gland and pituitary areas. So, you did your job, you pieces of shit garbage. You want to turn me into a fucking dummy like you all are, like William Wooldridge is? So I'm not talking of your crimes, so you get away with this? You are guilty of murdering my mother, having her stalked and murdered, O.P.P. You are guilty of all of this to me. 3 years of revenge retaliation against me, even having a justice of the peace to help you obstruct. So you get away with this. Arrest refusals, surrounding hands on guns, laughing in my face by Shannon Cork as her boss, Wooldridge, last known his name, went on to stalk and murder my mother, and she was well aware of what was going to happen. So, she is guilty of murder in the first degree. Spencer Mills is guilty of murder in the first degree. Stacy, mental health worker, you are guilty of murder in the first degree. William Bill Wooldridge, you are guilty of murder in the first degree. Blair Hardy, you are guilty of murder in the first degree against my mother. December of 2020. This is how O.P.P frame people. This is how they get away with their crimes. They mentally fuck their victims up. They make sure that their victims cannot get medical help or treatment, so they assure their crimes. No lawyers around here will touch O.P.P, probably in fear of their life. knowing that they would be killed, or their kids, if they have any, would be killed, or human trafficked, or molested by the police and their little boys, by Tyler, or maybe Jay, or maybe Blair, or Billy, or maybe Ray Ray. And he's a child groomer too. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. So I just wanted to say congratulations. This is pretty much done. You bought the time knowing that I can't go to the hospital, mentally fucking me up. You are guilty of murdering a bloodline, Spencer Mills, and you're doing it through remote narrow monitoring. You are a fucking piece of shit terrorist. You are a coward in every sense of the word. You are a homosexual obsessed piece of shit. Using your boyfriend boss, who is highly psychotic, for your fucking crimes, to change me to him, to frame me as him, because he is such a fucking idiot goof who you will not arrest and touch. Good job. I bet you've murdered many, many people, Spencer Mills and O.P.P. and Stacy, and had it covered up through the hospital here through your doctors. Chris Wood here. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. This is how O.P.P. traffic, frame, and this is how they kill after they mentally fuck their victims. Watch your children, they are human sex trade slavery traffickers. Watch your parents, they have no problem murdering elderly, and they have to pay for nothing or answer for nothing. So beware of this. Love all, hate none. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Congratulations, you cocksucking terrorist murdering pieces of shit. I'm not taking a fall for Wooldridge. O.P.P.